A fragile truce. Houthis and the US agree to a ceasefire. The war-torn region of Yemen witnessed a glimmer of hope in early May 2025 as the Houthi rebels agreed to a ceasefire with the United States. This significant development brought a temporary halt to the Houthi attacks on international shipping in the Red Sea, a critical waterway for global trade. The announcement of the ceasefire came directly from US President Donald Trump, who declared that the Houthis had capitulated and were no longer eager to continue the conflict. This characterization, however, was immediately disputed by Mohammed Abdul Salam, the chief negotiator for the Houthis. Salam argued that it was the United States that had ultimately backed down, especially after intensifying airstrikes in the weeks leading up to the ceasefire. The ceasefire agreement was facilitated by the Sultanate of Oman, a country known for its neutral stance and its role as a mediator in regional conflicts. Oman's foreign minister, Badr al-Busaidi, played a crucial role in bridging the communication gap between the US and the Houthis, ultimately paving the way for the truce. While the ceasefire brought a sigh of relief to many, it raised questions about its longevity and the true motivations of the parties involved. Was this a genuine step towards peace, or merely a tactical pause in a protracted conflict? The ceasefire agreement between the US and the Houthis came with a significant caveat: it did not extend to Israel. The Houthis explicitly stated that they would continue to target Israel, considering it an act of solidarity with the Palestinian cause. This announcement kept Israel on high alert, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reiterating Israel's right to self-defense. Netanyahu vowed to respond forcefully to any attacks from the Houthis, ensuring the safety and security of Israeli citizens. Tensions between Israel and the Houthis have been simmering since July 2024, marked by intermittent missile attacks from Yemen towards Israeli territory. One such attack targeted Ben Gurion Airport, causing widespread panic and underscoring the reach of the Houthis' arsenal. In retaliation, Israel carried out airstrikes on Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen, targeting strategic infrastructure. These strikes focused on Sana'a International Airport, power stations, and a concrete factory believed to be used by the Houthis for military purposes. The strikes resulted in significant damage and casualties, raising concerns about the humanitarian impact of the conflict. The ceasefire agreement in early May followed a period of heightened tensions and escalating violence. In the months leading up to the truce, the US significantly intensified its airstrikes on Houthi positions in Yemen. This escalation was a direct response to a series of Houthi attacks on international shipping in the Red Sea, which began in November 2023. These attacks, often using waterborne improvised explosive devices, disrupted vital trade routes and threatened global energy security. On March 15, 2025, President Trump further escalated the situation by announcing a substantial increase in US airstrikes against the Houthis. In a fiery speech, Trump threatened the complete annihilation of the Houthi movement if they did not cease their attacks on international shipping. This aggressive rhetoric, coupled with the intensified bombing campaign, raised concerns about a wider regional conflict. However, behind the scenes, diplomatic efforts were underway. Oman stepped in to mediate between the warring parties, urging them to find a peaceful resolution. The ceasefire agreement between the US and the Houthis represents a fragile step towards peace in war-torn Yemen. However, the exclusion of Israel from the agreement and the ongoing tensions in the region highlight the volatile and complex nature of the conflict. The ceasefire has been met with cautious optimism by the international community, with many hoping it will pave the way for a more durable peace agreement. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio described the Houthis' decision to agree to the ceasefire as an important development, suggesting a potential shift in U.S. foreign policy towards Yemen. However, the situation remains fluid and unpredictable. President Trump, known for his unconventional approach to foreign policy, has hinted at a major announcement related to the region, coinciding with his upcoming trip to Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar. This announcement, shrouded in secrecy, has fueled speculation about potential shifts in alliances and U.S. involvement in the region. The coming weeks and months will be crucial in determining the future of Yemen.